Hello YouTube, I'm back with the next My Little Pony review, and today I'm reviewing The Prince and the Ponies, the last episode in the TV series before the two specials end up airing, which I will go through over the next 2 weeks, I guess. I'm going to review the two of them, if I haven't already. I feel like I may have reviewed Rescue with Midnight Castle, but if I haven't, I will go through that definitely, and then we'll finish out the series, and this will be the end of that. But this is only one part, but a lot happens, and this is probably, if you're wanting to prove that G1 is the darkest of the My Little Pony TV series, this is the one to check out, because there's some definite dark moments in the episode where let me first go into detail of the story, which involves they end up getting invited to a party at the Palace de Branfort, and this is where it includes the newborn ponies, but the first tooth ponies, which are just a little older, because they have teeth, they just got teeth and everything, they want to go too, but they're not invited, and they end up basically getting their entire plan to kind of come along with them, or whatever they were planning to do. It completely fails. The newborns are required to go anyway. They would have probably gone regardless of whether they were required or not, just because, what are you going to do if you can't get a babysitter? They had like multiple newborns. I think there's no way you're going to have one babysitter take care of all of them. You have to get multiple ponies, in this case, to actually take care of them. They get in there. Heartthrob is all over the palace. Doesn't like where they're sleeping, though. But they find out there's a lot more to the story, because they have the Duchess, who's basically keeping two people prisoner, mostly. They get the Philip de Branfort is in there. He's kept behind bars for whatever reason. I guess they don't want him. It's his castle, as it would turn out. And got Suzette, whom Philip loves, but can't see her, and he can't see, and she can't see him, and doesn't know where she is. And she's been gone apparently for 2 years. That just goes to show you how long they've been down. We don't know how long they've actually been down there, but since he's been missing, there's no telling what happened before he was thrown in jail. Luckily, the ponies managed to get him out and get him reunited with Suzette, but of course, it's not easy. The Duchess will not give up so easily, and ends up basically making the newborns her pets. And I'm not kidding. Actually, puts them in shackles and whatnot. I mean, how dark is that for not only ponies of that age, but for a show of that nature? I mean, really, you wouldn't expect that. I mean, sure, the show has had villains and mostly, but none of them have been this brutal. I mean, granted, count Katrina to some extent, it's kind of aired first, but even then, I don't think she was that dark. She never even got that dark. She didn't even get to fulfill her part of the deal. I mean, she had a similar dark story, but she didn't actually get to play it out. You got thwarted beforehand. This one, you actually get to see in progress, and seems like nothing they do can actually get to work. Eventually, they manage to get things straightened out, and it's over. Duchess is defeated and all that stuff, but yeah, definitely shows you this show is not the usual light and fluffy stuff that G3 would end up having later on. And it goes to show you that it's a bit of so definitely do not give G1 it's just for little girls, it's going to be light and fluffy, rainbows and butterflies, nothing's ever going to happen. No, you are definitely wrong if you think that. I have seen the entire series, and I was surprised. It was totally shocking to find that. I mean, yes, there will be a lot of moments in the show that's very light, light and fluffy, but it does get, there are villains in here. I mean, not as dark. Probably not as strong as some of the villains in Friendship is Magic, but at the same time, it's not like G3. So don't compare G3 to G1. There's a big difference between the two. Not only in artwork style and era that they end up competing in, but that also kind of relates to why it's so dark. The fact that it's from an earlier time period. If this aired today, I think there'd be major issues, and they would probably have to make some major editing. I mean, yes, they managed to get it out on DVD for the most part, although I think some stuff was cut from the pilot episodes, and obviously they replaced they kept the intro the same. I think it did air on TV, but I don't think it's aired in a long time. I think there'd be problems if it aired now. It might even be ridiculed as like, oh, look at the animation of back then. What an Look how poorly done it was. I think it was rotoscoping or something. I know some of at that time. I'm sure that would have been. Now it's like I think where you actually physically do it frame by frame, but it's like drawing on like a background and stuff, like something of that nature. But I mean, it still would be interesting to see if if they clean things up, made it look nicer, make it look sharper, kind of like Friendship is Magic type quality, but not in Flash per se, but just kind of. I'm sure the DVD is probably close to that, but I don't think all the episodes are actually on. I know My Little Pony Tales is not available in full as far as I'm aware. At least not in all areas. I mean, I think there's only like a few episodes on tap from that. But yeah, definitely recommend it. And be prepared to be at least somewhat in shock to see what goes on in that. It'll take a while. It's not until probably the second half of the episode, of the 10-minute story, that you'll actually get to see the dark part of the story. Of course, I think in some ways we may have seen that type of story before multiple times, but to see it in a show that I think was more aimed at kids than anything else, it's pretty surprising. I mean, and since this is the end of the series, it's no telling. There's no way of knowing what they would have done beyond this point, whether this was kind of the nail in the coffin and said, nope, we're done. I mean, it made it to the magic number, so I have a feeling the magic number was the reason why it stopped. Because 65 episodes is a magic number, apparently, when it comes to having TV shows. Because Friendship is Magic got there. That's why Season 3 was so short, because they wanted to reach that magic number and just kind of abruptly stopped there, which is kind of sad, though, because in fact they could have gone beyond that and would have had another 13 episodes on top of that. But be that as it may, if I'm going to recommend any episode, it's that one, I think. You do have to put up with the newborns and the first tooth ponies getting all upset and all that, but once you get past when they're actually at the castle and you get to the Duchess and what her actual motives are, she never actually lets it. They go, oh, by the way, I got 2 people downstairs that kept prisoner. No, she wouldn't do that. She actually keeps it completely secret, but of course, as even in today, if you try to keep a secret that's like more sinister than that, it's going to be found out eventually. It's just a matter of time. All it needs is one little tidbit to get out, and then more bits will slowly get out from there. They build on it from there. So absolutely, if you're going to watch any episode, I would go with The Prince and the Ponies. Thanks. That's my review on that episode. Thanks for watching.